It's the AEW Elite General Manager Invitational.
Hello, it's John Blood, and I'm going to cheat my way to win. I'm going to beat all my friends by cheating.
Let me know when you're ready, and I will hit go.
Anyone that is in this tournament and I face, I'm going to just cheat, okay? That's fine with you. If that's fine with you, it's fine with me.
We're about to kick off another round one creator bracket match. Johnny Blood versus TonyPizzaGuy. And right now, John Blood's kicking it off with a four-way smart strategy here from the Bloodmeister. And Colt Cabana's going to pick up this win in the first match.
Bloodmeister, what are you doing here? Oh, wow. He's clearly doing something with gimmicks. Great first move coming out of the gate strong with this one. Brody Lee takes match 2.
There are a lot of things I could call this man. I'm just going to stick to that. Brody, Adam Page, Colt Cabana, and Dax in the third match, the main event. I like the use of the multi-men with every match. Big Brody Lee taking home the win. And let's take a look at Johnny Blood's results.
Boom.
That's going to be a 3-star show. 400,000 fan increase. That hospitality table segment modifier was huge for him in that main event. This is just a solid start for Johnny.
Starting off week 1 singles competition, we've got MJF versus Ortiz. Little pinnacle inner circle kerfuffle here. And ultimately, Ortiz is going to win it. Don't tell MJF. He'll hate everybody like he already does.
Tony's second match is going to be Santana and Orange Cassidy. We've seen Cassidy, as we said, quite a bit in this competition, but down he goes this time with Santana picking up the win.
Finally, in our main event, we've got tag team action. Ortiz and Santana versus MJF and OC. We've got some dice coming in as a gimmick, but ultimately, we've got Proud and Powerful winning the match, probably due to that tag team perk. When you book them together, you do end up getting a benefit, and I think we're seeing that benefit in Tony's match results. Look at this. We're using gimmicks. We've got small drop in fans in the first 2 matches, but he definitely came back in the third there. So, doing well, but he's already going to have to change his strategy if he's going to catch up to Johnny Blood. Here we go, kicking off week 2. Johnny Blood coming in, utilizing some of the wrestlers we saw last round in another multi-man tag match. We've introduced Sting here, definitely expanding the roster now that there's a little bit more money to play with. Dark Order wins this one.
Continuing that strategy of using not only multi-men, but the same men, Sting back in this match as well. This is a fatal 4-way this time around, and that's going to be none other than Dax picking up the win in this one.
Here we go, big 3v3 action with some thumbtacks coming in for the main. We've got all of the Dark Order guys that we've known to come and love and come. I don't even know what the phrase is anymore. John Blood's just killing it. What do we got here? Another 3-star match. Huge increase overall. Morale's high, fans are high, money's high. He's got quite a bit to play with going into the second half of this matchup. Hospitality table gimmicks, good use of resources. John Blood is bringing his A game.
TonyPizzaGuy, his opening contest is going to be none other than a fatal 4-way Trent, Cody, Scorpio Sky, and Peter Avalon. And we haven't seen Peter too much in this tournament so far, and he's going to actually pick up a win here in this opening match for the Pizza Guy.
I'm really happy to see Peter Avalon. Personally, he's my favorite art of the whole game. Looks better than everybody else. I know I'm supposed to be talking about this match right now, but I'm a really big Peter Avalon mark. Orange and Trent win this, I guess.
We got a 3v3, Cody, Orange, and Peter Avalon once again making himself known. MJF, Ortiz, and Santana, but down they go. Cassidy's team picks up the W. There you go. That's a big show for Tony. 3 stars, 247,000 new fans, a ton of new money in the bank. Morale is going up. This is exactly what Tony needed to do to stay right in there with Johnny Blood. This is going to be a close contest. I can't wait to see where it goes.
I mean, did you figure it out this week? I know you playing with your toes.
I think you sabotaged me. I don't know how.
Sabotage?
Yeah, you were giving them a little bump ski and pay and then said, don't work hard. I heard that.
They know. I told you. They know where the money is, and the money's over here on Johnny's AEW Dynamite, not Tony's.
I don't believe so. I believe you actually sabotaged my show, and there's a mole in the locker room, and I have to figure out who it is.
Johnny coming in week 3. How is he starting? Strong tag team action. Brody and Colt representing the Dark Order versus Jake and Sammy. Sammy Hager, one of my favorite tag teams. Dark Order, unstoppable, and elite general manager.
He's going to keep that multi-person match going. Dax, Kenny Omega, Sting, and Adam Page. And it's going to be Adam Page picking up the win here in this particular Fatal 4-Way.
That's right. We've got Kenny Omega was introduced this round, drafted in between. Great use of money on Johnny's side. bringing in more wrestlers, bringing in new blood, for lack of a better term. Johnny knows what he's doing. Increase overall, not as big of an increase of fans, but he's got a lot of money to play with right now, and I think that's really going to be the key to victory because he can get as many wrestlers as he wants going into the 4th round and completely dominate Tony.
Let's see what Tony's going to do here. He's going to kick it off with a 3v3 contest. MJF, Sean Spears, Scorpio, bodies going all over the place. And Cody, Orange Cassidy, Frankie's in there too. We haven't even seen Frankie that much. And Sean Spears' team picks up the win there.
That's right. We see Frankie Kazarian again in this match. New wrestler drafted, totally fresh off the bench. So let's utilize him as much as possible. Great resource management from Tony. Cody's going to get the win here.
Wow, Tony coming in strong with the main event. 10 people in the ring, a 5v5 competition, and it's Orange Cassidy's team once again. This is going to be a huge week for Tony, and yes, it absolutely is. 326,000 new fans, $450,000 added to his bank account. This was a fantastic week for TonyPizzaGuy. He should be proud of it. And I don't know, maybe Johnny should be a little worried at this point.
Going into week 4, this is honestly still anybody's game. Both men have enacted really great strategies, branching out into multi-mans. We're kicking it off strong with this 6-man tag action. Sammy Hagar taking the victory.
This has just been such a close contest so far that this 4th week is probably going to be the one that determines it with this 6-man competition right now. Mr. Brody Lee taking the whole thing.
Oh, wow. Look at this. We've got 10 men in the ring. This is a 5v5 match. So much action going on. Craziness happening. John is absolutely killing it. Drafting so many wrestlers, really expanding the opportunities for matches. Look at this. Not even utilizing gimmicks or segments, but totally cleaning up. Doesn't need to be getting that many fans, but all of the stats keep going up. Look at that morale. Really, really great morale, and I think part of that is just the number of wrestlers he's utilizing.
Tony's going to need a big week here if he wants to keep up with Johnny Blood. And he started off with a big match. Another 10-man toss around. I don't even know what you want to call these 5v5s. It's just bodies going all over the place. Cody Rhodes and the team pick up the win here. What a contest.
Here we've got a 3v3, use of some gimmicks. We see a table over there. We see Peter Avalon flying around, taking a pin as he does.
Tony keeping up with these multi-person matches now. A 2v2v2. Frankie and Peter, MJF and Sean Spears, Ortiz, Santana, and it's going to be MJF and Sean Spears. Is that enough for TonyPizzaGuy? A 317,000 fan boost, putting him at 1.968. But I don't think that's enough to take down John Blood. I believe John was sitting at 1.99 million fans. This is one of the closest matches we've had so far, but John Blood is just barely going to eke away with the win in this round.
This is an absolutely incredible match. Everything is so close. Both these men know exactly what they're doing. We're seeing equal strategies facing each other. Ultimately, one had more cash, one had more morale, but Johnny was able to eke out just a bit more fans, and ultimately, fans are what makes the ratings. John Blood takes this round.
Well, you know, it's all right, Tony. Maybe you can find another friend that'll leak my stuff to you, or hopefully not. I'm gonna try to round up all the. I'm gonna get Aubrey on my side. I'm gonna get her to mess up your finishes. It's really stuff's working well over here.
Wow, I hate it. I hate it.
See you in the next taping, big man.
Kicking off match 2 of this round, Johnny Blood versus TonyPizzaGuy. Starting off real simple, real basic. We got a singles competition, MJF versus Cody. They've had a great feud in the past. Of course, Cody's gonna win this. Come on.
Now, if I remember early on, I believe that Johnny was using some multi-man matches early on, but he's sticking with the singles off the bat this time, and Matt Jackson's going to take the L right there.
I mean, he's not going full singles. We do see him making this tag team match for a main event, utilizing some gimmicks, so really just reserving his cash in the first 2 rounds to really make this last one a big splash. Jackson Brothers, Young Bucks take it home. Here we go. We end up seeing he used a hospitality table segment in the first round as well. Good increase overall. Not as big of a jump we've seen from Johnny that we have seen in the previous round of the competition. I think he's being a little bit more reserved this time around. We'll see how this plays out.
Yeah, that was a very conservative approach there with his resources used, and that might help him in the long run if he's saving for a big push later on. 1v1 Brody Lee and Penta in the opening contest for TonyPizzaGuy, and it's going to be Mr. Brody Lee picking up the victory here.
four-way contest from TonyPizzaGuy. Again, we're seeing Brody in this competition along with Penta. Seems like his strategy this time around is utilizing wrestlers out of the gate.
And he's going to keep up another multi-man match. This is Brody Lee, Jake, Penta, and Colt. It's a tag team contest, and it's going to be Colt Cabana coming off the top rope. Dark Order standing tall there. And let's take a look at Tony's results for week 1. Wow. That is a big fan boost. Over 300,000 is huge. Nice amount of money in the bank. Morale going up as well. No segments or gimmicks really used that much here for Tony, but the 3-star show and the big fan increase is going to be huge going forward.
Starting off week 2, John Blood's already got a massive increase in morale compared to where TonyPizzaGuy is. I think part of that is just because he's not overutilizing wrestlers the way Tony is. We're seeing here starting off strong with a multi-man competition, going back to the strategy that got him here.
His second match is going to be a fatal 4-way. A lot of big names in this one. Cody, MJF, Cash, and Orange Cassidy. And it comes down to Cody Rhodes standing tall. Another multi-man match. Another big win for Cody.
Here we are. Here's what we've come to know and love from John in that first round. We got a big multi-man for our main event. Young Bucks end up taking it home. Big increase in morale overall. This is real great. He's sort of expanded the wrestlers. We got a backstage pull-apart segment used. No gimmicks, so he saved quite a bit of cash there, but also had a good increase in cash. Really, it was the fan count that grew big time in this one, so good on him for utilizing the multi-mans.
TonyPizzaGuy here, week 2, 3v3 to kick this one off. Alex Reynolds, Colt, and Brody Lee against Dax, Jake, and Penta. And Colt Cabana booming over the entire competition as these guys pick up the win once again.
Dark Order seems to be unstoppable on Tony's roster. Here we are again seeing them in tag team action against Jake and Penta, and they're cleaning house.
Tony's main event, though, a singles contest with the table in use between Dax Harwood and Brody Lee. I'm surprised to not see another multi-man match here. Maybe he's just saving his resources for a little later. Brody Lee picking up the win, though, in this singles contest. And Tony's week 2 results are as follows. A small increase in fans, only 52,000 compared to, I believe, John's over 400,000 increase this week. So Johnny does have a little bit of an edge right now. Not too much, not too many gimmicks, no segments used here for Tony. Let's see what happens as we move on to week 3.
Tony, I want you to look at how many viewers I got from how many people don't watch your show.
I think you actually cheated, to be honest. Actually.
Okay. Now, it wasn't in the rules that I couldn't cheat. So maybe you should start cheating. You ever consider that?
I will start. All right.
So you're going to cheat this week? Is that what you're saying?
I don't want to hear you anymore.
All right. I'm going to report you. Yeah, you better run away.
As we kick off week 3, let's see what Johnny Blood's got up his sleeve. It's going to be another 6-man tag team competition. We got Evoluno in there this time. We've seen him in the wrestlers bracket, but down he goes. Big win for MJF and his crew.
Another 6-way competition utilizing a lot of the wrestlers we've seen before. Fantastic work from Johnny Blood, really going hard in these multi-man matches.
And in the main event, we have a 2v2v2. All tag teams are actually real tag teams. He's going to get a big boost for that between Young Bucks. And how about this? The Friends. Let me tell you about my best friends picking up the big win. 296,000 new fans added. $182,000 added in the bank. No segments used for Johnny. He's kind of just keeping it simple here early on, but these boosts and fans speak for themselves. He's doing a great job.
I don't really think he needed segments because he's really utilizing those tag team perks. Let's see how Tony responds. He's been really using a lot of the Dark Order. Again, those tag team perks are huge. If you book people together, if they're already an existing faction or an existing tag team, they're going to have that synergy that other teams just don't.
His second contest now is going to be another fatal 4-way. We've seen Brody Lee just running roughshod over this entire competition in these matches, and Big Brody once again with the big W.
This massive 5v5 main event from TonyPizzaGuy. He's giving it his all, trying to catch up to John and make sure he solidifies his win in this round. Ooh, his money is very close to where John's at. And fans, it's a good increase, but he needed a good, I'd say about 400K more if he was going to be able to keep up with John. His morale, not doing too great. I think part of that is because earlier on he did utilize a lot of wrestlers overall, so the morale's dropped. He's fighting at a deficit. So going into this last week, it's really anyone's game.
It all comes down to week 4, baby. Let's check it out.
Week 4, here it is. If John wins this, it's for all the marbles, and he's moving into the next round, kicking it off strong. Nick and Mac Jackson, Evil Uno and Stu, lots of utilization of existing tag team perks here to give him a boost.
And he's going to keep that up with this 3v3 contest in his second matchup. The Young Bucks back in action once again, this time Cody at their side, and they pick up a big win once again.
Here we have a massive, massive multi-man match to close out the show, just as we've learned that John Blood's strategy is. Man, look at all these great, great wrestlers in the ring. How is this going to put him at the end? Is he going to do it? We're going to have to see how Tony plays out his last week. But John's looking real pretty, sitting real high. No use of gimmicks or segments in that round. Saved a good chunk of cash and earned a good chunk this round as well. Morale is at an all-time high. Drafted a lot of wrestlers, utilizing a lot of talent. It's going to be tough for Tony.
He just barely cracked that 2 million fan mark, so if Tony can do the same, this is going to be a real close one. And here's Tony Pizza Guy's first match. It's going to be a 5v5 once again. Bodies all over the place, and Big Brody Lee, this man's been standing tall in that ring so much in this round.
It's almost like the Dark Order is unstoppable. We've got some gimmicks incorporated in this match, some dice, and look at this, Brody Lee bringing it home again.
Tony's going to bring back a lot of the same names here, throwing in some gimmicks, a 5v5 contest. He went 5v5 across the board this week. Tony just throwing it all against the wall and hoping something sticks. And let's see what happens at the end of week 4. 211,000 new fans unable to catch Johnny Blood, who ended up at around 2.1 million fans. A good amount of money. That morale unfortunately dropped a little bit due to the overuse of the same wrestlers. And it's going to be Johnny Blood who's going to move on to the next round in this competition.
I think a really big key to strategy for Johnny that he took this whole tournament is both guys were utilizing multi-mans, but I think Johnny was just better at managing his roster. We did not see that drop in morale at the end that we saw from Tony Pizza Guy. Unfortunately, Tony overused his wrestlers a little too much, going a little too hot and heavy with all those multi-mans, so Johnny walks away with this one.
A great performance from the Deadlock Boys, but unfortunately, it's Johnny Blood taking home the win over Tony Pizza Guy.
Let's see him in the next round.
Tony, I'll let you know, I do respect you as a bookerman. I respect you, Booker Man.
I respect you as a Booker Man, but not as a person.
You know what? And that's all I'm looking for, really. I have no redeemable qualities.
You are actually the worst person.
Booker?
No, you're actually the worst. You're actually just a terrible human being.
Top bottom 3 or bottom 1?
Top bottom 3.
Top bottom 3. Well, this is a top tier show on my end, and then it's a bottom tier show.
I met a lot of people in my life, and top bottom tier is you.
Well, of course you met a lot of people. You're 75 years old. You have so many people. You just ran into them over your lifetime.
I hate you. And you go to hell. You can go straight to hell.
Download AEW Elite General Manager, available now on iOS and Android.